Precious jewel.
Remember, take care of yourself when you take care of everybody else. Yeah. Take care of everybody else.
I'm happy, y'all. What's up, you guys? This your girl, Precious Jewel. Precious Jewel's tender love and care. Yes, y'all know as we go through life, we have this little self-talk in our head. Sometimes our mind be speaking to us. We be toxic in our own relationship with ourselves. Yes, it's crazy, but we be toxic in our own relationship with ourselves. And I'm one of them, y'all. I'm one of them. We got negative self-talk. When I'm saying negative self-talk, things people have done to us. Somebody may have called you stupid. Somebody may have called you dumb. And it becomes embedded in you. It becomes your self-talk to yourself. Like, yeah, maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm sad. Maybe I'm angry. Maybe there's like, some people be like, you're not a good mother. You're not a good father. You're not a good grandparent. And that battles in our mind. It battles in all of our minds. And sometimes we got to ignore your own negative self-talk. You have to ignore your own negative self-talk. You have to start speaking life. Or, you're not a good mother. I am a good mother. I am that. You know, you got to come back at yourself like, oh no, ain't gonna be none of that today. I be telling my mom like, all right now, ain't gonna be none of that today. Not today. It ain't gonna be. I'm a good mother. I'm a good person. I'm a loving person. I'm a happy person. I am who I am. And I'm not going to change who I am to accommodate no one. You got to speak life over yourself because nobody else is going to speak life into you. And another thing about toxic relationship with someone or toxic relationship with yourself is you quickly to apologize for things that you have done nothing wrong. You know you didn't do anything wrong. Oh, I apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. Those all are signs, y'all. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your instincts. In the past couple of years, I'm trusting my instinct more and more now than I ever did my whole entire life. I'm trusting my instinct. My instinct told me that I was going to let go chicken. My instinct told me that I was going to let go steak and all these things. My instinct told me that. And I followed it. My instinct, I was like, oh, well, if I let it go, then it'll be okay. It's gonna be okay if I let it go. So, your instinct, you gotta trust your instinct in everything that you do in life. You gotta trust it, no matter how you feel. Your instinct when your instinct tell you something about somebody, it's true. 9 times out of 10, it's the truth. Especially when you're eating raw vegetables and drinking smoothies and you let go of all the negative things like the alcohol, the meat, the beef, the chicken, whatever. When you let those stuff go, you start to think differently. Your instincts is even more stronger than before. And when you let go of meats and all those other things as well, the toxic relationship that you have, the thoughts that you have in your head, the toxic relationship that you have with yourself becomes different as well. So it's a life-changing process. Toxic relationship is very dangerous to your health. It can literally kill you. Stress can kill you. It can kill. So that's why I choose peace. And when my instincts tell me somebody ain't for me, or leave that person alone, trust and believe, I'm going to leave that person alone. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to say, how you doing? If I see you in the street, good morning, good evening, how you doing? You have a wonderful day. I'm going to keep it very professional with you. ways to overcome self-toxic thought is observe your thoughts. We have to observe our thoughts. We have to literally write it down. This is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling sad because I feel like I'm not a good enough mother. I'm feeling sad because I'm not a good friend. You know, I'm not a good wife. And you have to write it down so you can visually see it. And when you write it down, like what I do is like, oh, because somebody have said I'm not a good enough mother, which I know I'm a good mother. So what I did was I wrote down self-thought, not a good enough mother. And then I jot down things that I do as a mother. So I'm like, look at all my good outweigh my bad. Because you can't be your kid's best friend and discipline. Like, no. So I'm like, I'm a good mother. Practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. Sometimes you got to learn how to hug yourself. Hug yourself. Love yourself. Cherish yourself. You have to do this for you. Look yourself in the mirror. And I'm going to say this like probably in every video because that was the biggest thing that I had to do for me. Because one time I used to look myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh, I'm ugly. So now I look myself in the mirror like, oh, I'm beautiful. I look good. I'm shining. I shine bright like a diamond. That's my motto, y'all. I shine bright like a diamond. I got it out the mud. Everything that I am, every person, like I'm better than I was 10 years ago. I was easily manipulated 10 years ago. I used to let people walk all over me 10 years ago. I felt like I needed someone to be there, and the whole time God was there. Like, why did I need you to be here for me when I got God for me? Like, come on. So, practice self-compassion. Remember that you are your own worst critic. You are your own worst critic. You are your own worst critic. But you can always change that to be your own best, to be your best critic. Finding ways to... Another thing that I use to stop toxic thinking is journal. I just started this probably 4 or 5 months ago. I just started self-journaling, like journaling daily. And it helps. You get all your thoughts down on paper. Get everything however way you may feel, get it all down on paper. Figure out ways to make it better. And I'm not going to say every day going to be a good day because every day is not going to be a good day. It's just not going to be a good day every day. But when you wake up in the morning, you got to meditate and tell yourself today is going to be better than yesterday. And I tell God, whatever the devil had planned over my life, I need you to remove it. Because I'm walking in your purpose. You did not create me to worry. You did not create me to fear. I am walking in your purpose. I am walking in his purpose. And there are books. I'm trying to look up this book, y'all, that I read. Ever since I started school, me reading books have downgraded. I know, right? And I have like 5 or 6 books. I have the Will Smith book, which is a pretty good book. And I have Fantasia book as well. And Tyler Perry's a good book too. I think it's The Higher is Waiting. That's a good book. But How to Heal Toxic Thoughts and Stop Negative Thinking. That's a good book. I'm trying to look over here at my bookshelf and see which books is books. But y'all, we are our own critics because we speak things into our mind and we let other people tell us things about ourselves and we start to believe it for ourselves. Like, stop believing it. If they call you ugly, girl, you ain't ugly. Boy, you ain't ugly. You beautiful. You're handsome. That's all. You know, that's their opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. That's not facts for you, though. You know, I am who I am. God did not create me to be like no one else. He created me for me. So I can only be me. I can only choose me. We have to change these negative thoughts that we have in our head into positive thoughts. Not everybody in this world is going to be your friend. Not everybody in this world is going to love you through thick and thin. Not everybody in this world is going to stand by you. They're going to try to tear you down. They're going to try to tear you down. You got to remain strong. You got to keep pushing forward. You got to keep going. You got to keep going for you. You got to keep going for you. You got to love you. You got to love the process and understand the process is not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, but you got to keep going. Because you got to go for who? You got to go for you. You got to go for you. But this negative thought, these negative things, you wonder why suicide is so high. You wonder why people be depressed and sad. I have been on depression pills. I have been on all these things. And I had to change something about me. I had to change it. Yeah. I just got a phone call, y'all, and I'm trying to shake the devil off. Because people will try to make it right when they know it's not right. But we're not on that subject, y'all. Get out of your own head. Yeah, God, you got to understand. God give you the power to stop the spiral of stop. Oh, Julie, I get tongue-tied. God give you the power to stop the spiral of toxic thinking. So every time you feel a toxic thought in your mind, embedded in your head, I don't care if somebody said it, you got to turn it into something positive. You're ugly. You got to be like, no, I'm not ugly. I'm beautiful. Listen, one young lady was like, oh, you know, this is dead people here. I said, okay. I could have said, well, you know, that hair you got is horse hair. But 2 wrongs don't make a right. 2 wrongs do not make a right. And that's her, however way she may feel. And okay, that's me, okay. I am who I am, and I'm not changing who I am to accommodate no one. I will walk this life alone. And people try to be close to you. I'm changing the subject, y'all.